Life Skateboards. You're watching Days with Casper. You can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Look at that. I wrote it backwards just for you guys. So you go ahead and screenshot that at the beginning of the live if you're watching this afterwards. We are back here after taking a little break. I got on the phone to call Jim Sakely. Jim, I love you and I'm sorry. Sakely. He's the guy that runs the Fireball farm that we go out and visit, and we are going to be going to go visit him in a couple of weeks. What's up? What's up, bud? Thanks for hopping on here. We shaped, what's that? 1, 2, 7, 8. We shaped 8 boards on the live just a little bit ago, and now I've got 5 more to finish up here, so we're going to get through those. You are always welcome to tell me something, I promise. You don't need to preface it. Really quickly here, I'm going to share this to Instagram. I'll be right back. Share copy link, and we'll go over there. Turn this phone on do not disturb. And we will get started here. Like I said, I got 5 boards to finish up here today. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm doing all right. This is the second live of the day, and we might even go live playing video games this evening. I might even play Goat Simulator for you guys. Who knows? We got 8 boards done earlier. We got 5 more to do right here, and then maybe I'll get to some pressing. I do have to pay attention to the time. I got to go pick up Casper's keeper from work. Finally able to work again. If you guys have been hanging out with me for the last few days, I have been trapped at home because of this snowstorm. It sucked. You got no audio? Okay, cool. I was gonna say, I think there's a light on for this. I get the little receiver thing on there. Good. They were saying that it was lagging on the first one, so share this for me on your Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got. We'll see how many people we can get on this live, okay? So we're going to start off today with the twin, right here. And if you're unfamiliar with us at Life Skateboards, we handcraft these boards. I pressed these, I glued them, Sam cut out the shape. Now I'm going to shape them. Alright, now comes the fun part. Oops, the mic disconnected. Sorry about that, the mic disconnected for a moment there. Let's see, this is a fun little angle here. You guys see the website? There we go. This is my favorite step to show you guys. This is where the edge of the board takes shape. Next step here is just cleaning up the edges and removing any excess glue that we can reach. The mid-twin is a very fun shape. What's up, Jedi? Thanks for hopping in here, bud. How you liking that coffin, man? right, we'll take it to the Mac wheel, and then I'll be able to answer your guys' questions over here on the orbital. Alrighty, let's lower the tripod down and make sure the mic doesn't disconnect. Get the phone plugged in while we're here. Oh, U-shaped surfboards? That's so rad. I catch myself watching surfboard shapers all the time. I'm having trouble with this charger here. So give me a moment. I think this is going to disconnect from the mic for a second. Got to raise you guys up in the tripod here to make the charger work. Sorry, you guys are staring at my hand right now. There. Mic is reconnected, and the phone's charging. All right, so there we are. Thanks, Eric. Is there good money in this? If you want to get into skateboarding for money, you're doing it for the wrong reason, because there's not a lot of money in it. You make a surviving in skateboarding, you don't really get rich in skateboarding unless you're cutting corners and screwing people over. Cool, I don't like PS sticks. Is that orange piece? No, so that orange little piece right there, this little tiny piece that was right there, that's tape. It holds the, it keeps the plies from sliding around while they're inside the press. That's rad, I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna screenshot real quick so I can check that out when we're done. I'm sorry, are you trying to sell PS sticks garbage on a Life Skateboards Handcrafted live? That's absolutely correct, Solara. Solara? I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, correct me. That's super weird. Anyway, if you guys want to buy a handcrafted board that's made for you, not factory crap, get a life at lifeskateboard.com. You can hear of them. It's okay. It's one of the companies that or manufacturers that's I think Schmidt's done, but I had a lot to say about it. That's funny right there. Yeah, the tape, we've been trying different painter's tape to see what's easier to remove later. But, yeah, just tape. Absolutely. I'm tired, my friend. Do you normally get on the internet and judge how people look while they're doing their job? Because that's a pretty sad reflection of what you're doing here, buddy. I'm making skateboards. You do your thing. I'm glad you found it interesting, my friend. thank you. It's okay. You don't have to look like shit. You love crow's feet. Are these crow's feet? I don't even know. You know how often I look in a mirror before I go live? Because it's usually just because I blew my nose and I want to make sure I don't gross you guys out. Thinking that you were insulting me. Little did I know you were calling it distinguished. Thank you. Now that I brought you in with the way I look, apparently, which is a very odd and rare thing that happens, you can stick around for the handcrafted quality skateboards. Getting old, becoming seasoned. I like that right there. I'll admit, I was a little happy to see some white hairs in here, because I don't know. I don't know any of my blood family, so I have no clue what my hair is gonna do when I get old. But I hope that I end up with some like stark white hair, because I think that would be cool. That's what I want. Thank you. I appreciate that. You can buy one of these. You can buy one of these boards at lifeskateboard.com. You have a white streak in your hair? That's gonna be rad, dude. That's awesome. I think that's cool. We don't make fingerboards, no, but we've got friends that do. We got 21 Decks is a really good fingerboard company that's here local. It's a kid that's working in the back of his dad's workshop. And then there's a company called, or a guy over in the UK, his Instagram is Robotop. Now that I've got the Casper 3.0 on the website, that's the board I designed. The second Casper, as soon as that came out, Robotop made one of these. That's my graphic. This thing is insane. I'm not good at fingerboards, met playing with them or making them. This hand doesn't function very well. I'm much better at the skateboarding. This knuckle is not even there. So you should just get a skateboard and skateboard. I've been on stream for 15 minutes and 52 seconds. You need some trucks. Get you some. Yeah, I do need trucks for that. I don't know, I really like being able to show it off. Robotop was a little bummed that I wasn't gonna play with it, but hide user from channel. Make sure I hid the right one. Thank you. See, and that's gonna be cool looking. I don't know, it looks distinguished to me, man. I love it. How often do we have public sessions at the Life Bowl? In the past, it was every other week. I don't think I'm gonna be able to sustain that. Depending on turnout for this next one, I'll decide when the next one's gonna be. Oh, I know a 50-year-old woman that just started skateboarding 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I promise you. There's low impact skating. Old Bones Therapy makes some like pants that are padded for your hips and your butt. There is absolutely no, oh wait. This is for whoever had something to say about the mask. Are you aware of what HEPA is? Look at this. Yep, you can get yourself some butt pads, you can pad yourself up, you can wear a helmet, you can wear a full face helmet. Nobody's gonna give a shit anymore. You should see what Andy Anderson's wearing. You can wear whatever you want in skateboard. Wear some bubble wrap, I don't care, just get on a skateboard, you'll have fun. They are plies. We press them in-house. Helmets are really cool, and you should get used to them when you're starting to skate, because I'm not used to them, and it's hard for me to skate anything besides vert with a helmet on. And I'm sure I'm going to be a headline one day for a reason to wear a helmet. Thank you. Absolutely. No, mention the hip pads on there. Whatever brand you're using for it. I personally use S1 helmets and 187 knee pads. That's what I use for vert. If you've got pad suggestions for anybody else, hip pads, the rip clips, or anything like that, roll them out. Let people know. Thank you, Paulette. I appreciate it. I was born with these. Sure am, making them skateboards. Those are the hip clips. Rip clips or hip clips. They're those little things you can clip on that protect your hips from... have you ever taken a bad hipper when you're skating? Because I have, and I've had one butt cheek 3 times the size of the other butt cheek because of it. It was weird. Hi there, Jugga. This is a Festool dust extractor connected to the orbital. I wear my respirator for the rest of it. But all right, so this guy is good to go. This is a mid-twin from Life Skateboards. You can get these at lifeskateboard.com. Let's get going here on some more. Let's throw that respirator on, and we'll move along here. Yeah, thank you, Jugga. I will, just so you're aware, you're not alone. So many people ask about it, but I have this sign here. And if you notice, this is backwards. So I had to write this backwards so that you guys could read it. That's how much foresight I had into it. You have a chipped elbow. Dang. You guys want to see something fun? I do too. But I'm not the smartest, and I don't go to doctors. So I have permanent bursitis on both elbows. Look at that. These guys have taken a beating over the years. We've got over 100 different shapes. 100 different shapes. What you see me shaping here on the live are customer orders. There's some clips of me skating where my, like I hold my elbow up to the camera and it's got the full-on bursitis going like that. Yeah, Loxy, if it's or Dark, if it's bursitis is such a normal thing in skateboarding. We just get used to it. We have our own name for it. I'm sure you guys know, we have our own name for that. Don't worry about it, it's okay. That's called swellbow. We all get it. I should do mountain biking or BMX. No, I'm gonna stick to skateboarding because I don't want to half-ass two things when I can whole-ass one thing. That's my funny answer. My real answer is my skateboarding career my BMX career lasted about 15, 30 seconds. I had a buddy that was trying to convince me, like, hey, you need to be doing this. So I tried. Oop. There we go. I tried. I pumped a hip. I went over a bump and I was like, man, this is just like skateboarding. And then I committed to airing over a hip and I woke up underneath underneath the rail at Major Taylor's. So no thank you. I have way more confidence than I do have skill with a bike. Agreed. Agreed. Mountain boarding is rad. It is pretty rad. But yeah, BMX is really rad. I work with a BMXer on the local park that I volunteer at. It's just not for me, but I still think it's really cool. I have a lot of respect for it. I apologize if I'm not getting to your guys' questions. If I don't answer you, repeat your question when I get back over to the orbital and have the respirator off. My phone froze, so I'm sure we just lost a bunch of people. And my phone's about to fall out of the tripod here. One second here, guys. I'm about to lose the tripod. I made a not too happy with. I put the light over on the side of the tripod, and I'm not too happy with it. Right on. Sorry about letting that live freeze up. I don't notice it until I look up at the screen. Kind of got into a flow state there. My bad. Let's get you guys over here. And I am learning that I do not enjoy this tripod setup that I have right now. So next live, I'll change it up a little bit. Did I see your comment earlier? Probably not. Hi, we're doing all right, man. If you want to check our website and see how interactive it is, see how interactive it is, you can go to lifeskateboard.com and check that out. Morocco skate film, I will check that out. Thank you, just screenshotted it, saved the photos, and we're back. Done these lives a time or two, or done the board making a time or two? That's true. I've done a lot. I've been, as far as like content creation and stuff like that, my journey with that started when I worked in a skate shop and I was making little commercials for it. It was really fun. I really enjoyed making short form videos that way. Unfortunately, the owner of that skate shop didn't like the attention that it put on me over him, which was never the intention. But he wanted me to stop doing that. And then I continued to make videos after I was gone from there. Started going live on Instagram for a while. I really didn't like the community there that much as far as the lives went. And then didn't like how Meta was going with things, so I tried to focus on YouTube, and now I go live for you guys here. Right. My right or your right? I don't know. We got the snake and the spider web. This screen is mirrored. I'll have to check that out for sure. Thank you. It makes the spiders I keep in my ear feel like they're at home. You guys have support spiders too? I keep little spiders in my ear to whisper me sweet nothings and motivational thoughts every morning. It's nice. And then if you tattoo a spider web right there, they feel at home. Graybeard said, do you have anywhere to take skate breaks in the shop? I got a little flat ground area over here set up that I just got to sweep and get dust out of the way. It was awesome when we were up in Muncie because I could just go in the other room and skate a bowl. It was so fun. Your spider's an alcoholic. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Mine used to be, and then I almost died from my drinking, and now I haven't had a drink in about 6 years. So if your spider needs some help, man, you can reach out to me, and I'll be there for you. Promise. Thank you. What wood? That would be maple. Great Lakes are Canadian. You're in Jackson County? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. What area is that in? Yeah, sober sanding. Woo! If Jackson is close to Muncie, my friend. Seymour? No way. We've got some riders in that area. Do you know Key? Key rides for our team. She's a young ripper out of Seymour area. But we are having a public bowl session in Muncie on January 31st if you want to come up and skate with us. This shop is located in New Palestine, so it's a little bit closer to you. Yeah, pretty much. High on life and sawdust. We love to say that here. All two of us here at Life are addicts in recovery. We're very open about it. If you're new to the channel and you haven't heard me talk about those sorts of things, this channel does get into talking about sobriety. I also try to offer myself as somebody to reach out to. If you are watching right now and you're like, man, I really do need help, reach out to me through Stranger Casper on Instagram. The way that I try to help people is I will not look at your profile. I don't want to know anything about you. I want to be the stranger giving you advice from my experience. That way, you know, if you fail, you don't feel like you're failing someone. You know what I mean? Because while relapses and things like that aren't a part of everyone's story, it's not the end. And I've been in situations before where someone's afraid to tell me that they relapsed and ask for help. So I try to be as disconnected personally as I can and just be there for you as a human being. So just know that I'm not going to be looking into you or anything like that. I'm not going to try to get to know you when I'm helping you out. I'm just going to be there to offer as much help as I can. So. Thank you. 5 years in June. That's awesome. What we got ellipses for here, Jessica? Wow, Luke, that is a very, very, very good decision right there. Because if you start off your sobriety journey with a new environment and a great support system around you, and especially when you are actually going to go get help, you're starting off very correctly. And the only advice I'm going to give you is just when you're there, take it one day at a time. If you feel like you can't make it till midnight that night, make it till lunch. If you can't make it till lunch, make it till breakfast. And then when you're at breakfast, you can make it till lunch. Then when you're at lunch, you can make it till dinner. Then when you're at dinner, you can make it till you go to sleep. So just take it as small of increments as you need to get by. Hi there, Dinkelberg. I know you're being a smartass, but maybe not. So high on PCP and computer duster. You know, when I was an addict and I just really wanted to get high, I also did those sorts of things. And what they do is they kill your brain cells, and all you're doing is escaping reality. When all you have to do is just focus on reality and make it better for you. So there you go. Jessica, it's okay, I promise. Let me tell you something that was said to me by someone I needed advice on helping people after relapses. A new sobriety date is always better than a date on a tombstone. So I don't care if you messed up, it's your new journey. That's what it is. It's just a new journey. You're alive, you're here talking about it, and that's all that matters. So just keep going, I promise, you can do better. This time, you can do better than last time. You got this. The end result is you having a life that you love. Rocco, those are for at home. Thank you. One day at a time, guys. encourage people to make mistakes because sometimes relapses start people on a path that they don't come back from. However, when you do relapse, you cannot use that as the excuse for, okay, I failed, time to give up all the way. And I know it's hard. It's hard to get past that bump. It's hard to turn things down when it's a life that you've been used to for so long. But I promise you, the other side, after you do a little bit of work into sobriety, it gets better. I mean, look at me. I spent every day of my life going to bed absolutely trashed. I don't think I went to sleep for like 8 years. I just blacked out. I went to sleep hoping that I wouldn't wake up in the morning. And now I'm living my dream job. I mean, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So one day you're going to be in a position to be able to share your experience with somebody and help them. And if you don't see a purpose in life right now, I promise you in recovery you will find one. Because right now my purpose is to leave a positive impact everywhere I go. And if that's all I have on this earth, and to use my experience to help people, and that makes me happy. So. This is awesome, guys. Keep encouraging people. This is awesome. Sometimes you can just tell when there's a light beer in someone's fridge. Is that an accusation there, Yum? Because that's strange. That's super strange. But it is what it is. Think about me what you want. I'm just here to help. Now, ginger beer, that is pretty good. I will say I was making a joke the other day. The only thing that I miss about drinking is being able to say the phrase, "Thunder gun me a Rolling Rock," but that's not worth the non-stop blackout I was experiencing. Right on, Cyberpunk, you're getting kicked out of my channel. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Thank you. I appreciate it. An alcoholic in recovery really doesn't need to deal with some pissant telling him that he's drinking. Thank you. Move along. You do what you need to. Now, Mom, I personally, when I started here, I quit everything else, including smoking, because there was a risk of losing my job here, and I thought for the first second there, I'm going to hide it, but I'm not going to do that. It's the best thing that's happened to me. I'm not going to make any judgments on you for your choices. I'm just going to share my experiences. You know what I mean? There's no way for me to see your perspective in life, but I can show you mine, and if it helps, then it helps. But if it's not something that can be applied to you, then there's no need to apply it. Double tap. Hey Jessica, have a great day, and if you do need help, feel free to reach out. Just know you got a lot of strangers here that wanted to encourage you, so just keep it going. You got this. It won't let you double tap. Oh no! This guy's ready for graphics. We're gonna move along here. All right, give me 1 second here, guys. Yeah, stay strong, guys. I love that. I love the encouragement everybody's getting right now. All right, so let's move along here. Really, I'm going to be real honest, guys, I am not a big consumer of content, so I didn't even know that's how that worked. You guys are teaching me something. Awesome, Luke. That's good to hear, bud. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. You're getting tattooed. Any suggestions? Don't use numbing cream. Trust your artist. They want you to tell them if placement is in the wrong spot. They want you to. Even if they set the stencil, they want you to say this is in the wrong spot. You know, have fun. Have a good conversation with your artist while you're doing it. Get to know them. Kind of let them be a little bit personal with it. Like, don't give them an image and say, just do this. I've made that mistake several times. Even if you're doing that, say, hey, here's this. Put a little bit of your twist on it. And then you're going to have an artist for a long time. Oh, dang it. You already have a ton. Let's see. Suggestions on designs. Go to your artist and say, here's a spot. Fill it. That's what I want. That's what I want to do. From Sweden, thank you. That's awesome. We've sent some boards that way. Get a face tattoo. Yeah, dude. Just put "get a life" right on your forehead for me. I'll do it. I really appreciate that, Luke. That gives me a lot of inspiration to keep going, man. Thank you. I love hearing that. And remember, man, if you're having a hard time, feel free to reach out into my inbox on Instagram. I'm serious. It takes me a while to respond to people sometimes, but I will be there for you. That goes for anybody. Stranger Casper on Instagram. Feel free to reach out if you need somebody to talk to. It's going to take me a while to respond, but I do want to be here. Thank you. Thank the blood I've never met. That's a weird prank. Sanding is very therapeutic. I understood what you meant. It's okay. I think we need to understand the difference between jokes, pranks, and bullying. But it is what it is. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Also, from Canada, thank you for the amazing maple. You're rad. There's a fine line that people have lost when they hide behind a computer screen, that's for sure. From Tulsa, thanks for tuning in. How did you get into this? The opportunity arose and I was here. Absolutely, Pickle. So let me show you the difference here. When the boards start off, they look like this. This is how the router table cuts them out, and they need to be at a 90 with the concave for this router over here to round them off properly. So yes, you are absolutely correct. I want to move this in just a tiny bit. So I'm going to have to go grab the compressor hose again. This sleeve is slipped off a little bit. I don't like that. 1 second here, guys. What? Bringing the compressor hose over. This has an air bladder in it. Just shutting the compressor off so it doesn't scare us. And by us, I mean me. Because you guys are listening through a mic that makes it so you can't hear any of the other sounds besides the machines. Whew. See you, Gray Jedi. Have a good one. Thank you, Luke. So actually, that gives me a moment here to explain kind of what I'm doing here. So when I'm going like this and my hands are here, I'm taking the board and pushing it past where I'm going to sand. And once I get all the way down to this rail, I switch it over to holding it like this and start turning it this way. The reason you do that is because when you're sanding something, you want to overlap into the next step that you're going to sand on. And way you don't miss anything. Thank you, guys. Spent a lot of time getting used to this. I really appreciate what you guys are saying about that. Thank you. Sorry guys, my live keeps. I'm surprised the amount of people that are still here. Thank you guys for sticking around after all that. Hey, thank you, man. Yep, that is exactly what it is, Luke. So basically, it's each of these tools here are going to remove less and less material. So when I get over to here, this is going to remove the least amount of material. So like if I needed to remove some excess glue from right on the inside of this, I'm not going to be able to reach it with any of those other tools without damaging the edge of the rail. So I'll bring it over to here to actually catch that. I'm not a legend, I promise. I'm just some guy. I'm just some guy that makes skateboards and is happy to do it. I promise. But you can be a legend and get yourself a Life Skateboard at lifeskateboard.com. Thank you. Thank you. Actually, so what you're not seeing here is what I might not have time for today on the live, and I'll do tomorrow morning. The website is lifeskateboard.com. Where did I put the little piece of paper that had that on there? It's somewhere. Anyway, lifeskateboard.com. These are going to be deeper concave. They're going to last you a little bit longer. They're handcrafted. You can choose your wheelbase. You can choose your ply number. You can choose your graphic, all kinds of stuff. If you go to lifeskateboard.com, it's going to get very, very technical with what you can change on there. So you're going to get exactly what you want. If you're not familiar with your wheelbases, I always suggest to ask us to double drill them, because then you can try out two wheelbases at the same time. My favorite shape is my shape, the Casper 3.0. For sure, man. I'll be here too. If you have any questions, let me know. All right. Didn't he have somebody killed? I don't know anything about it, but if you're gonna say it, you better plead your case. You know what I mean? I feel like I was saying something. So here at Life, Jonathan, if you didn't know, we actually press all the boards here. So we have the presses in the other room. We put them in the press for 24 hours. They cure for 7 days, and then the shape is cut out. Dude, yeah, hill bombing with a longboard is so fun. You can get your low center of balance. You can just start booking it too. It's so cool. Awesome. What's up, Red Racer? Thanks for tuning in. L-I-F-E. L-I-F-E. You need a free Joe exotic board? I'll sell you a Life Skateboard, and you can put whatever the hell you want on the bottom of it. But I will say here at Life Skateboards, we use Lino blocks to apply all of our graphics, so they're pretty set. I know you're trying to make a joke, but we just make really high quality handcrafted boards. We don't do the custom graphic like heat transfers, because heat transfers ruin skateboards, and we're all about quality here. So, you can draw right on there, buddy. You can do whatever you want. I mean, I assume you're joking, but you can have us not put a graphic on the bottom. You can even let us know not to clear coat the bottom, and then you can put your own clear coat on it afterwards. You can taste the dust? Yeah, I'm sure you can. Are you licking inside of my dust collector? Is that Is that why you can taste it? Don't lick the inside of my dust collector. It's not a good idea, I promise. LifeSkateboard.com. Here, I found it. Here you go. I wrote it backwards just for you. LifeSkateboard.com. I said that pretty silly. Yeah, dude, don't just lick stuff. Yeah, so it's not this one's actually a Festool, dude. You used to make boards, so this thing is a freaking lifesaver. I want to show this off real quick. For you, those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, me and this guy are having a conversation right now, sorry. This is a Festool vacuum system, so you can hook up anything to it, whether it's a Festool tool or anything, as long as you create a vacuum with it, it's gonna work. It's really rad. This is a HEPA approved dust extractor, so this is the same kind of thing you can use in a hospital. Obviously, when I'm using other tools, I am definitely putting a respirator on. But awesome, I got to show something really cool to a guy that used to make boards. That's awesome. It's pretty cool. If you're not using a HEPA approved one though, you are gonna get some fine dust particles. HEPA means that it's 99.96%. I believe that's what I looked up. It's 99.96% of all fine particles, which is insane. And while I'm showing to you, I accidentally unplugged it. Oh yeah, absolutely. If that was my boss has been a woodworker for a very, very long time, so I do get all of the put your mask on from him. He's picked up equipment from people that have not worn a mask and they're selling their stuff because unfortunately they've got cancer or something. I mean, it can be horrible for your lungs. So for the rest of this, I do put on a respirator, just this guy, and only because we have such a nice dust extractor. But I really do appreciate the concern there. I don't. Probably for the router I might. It's just not required, and I don't. Hey, thanks, Griffin. I appreciate you. You'll probably be popping in to see live board making. The other things we talk about on the channel is sobriety. I also do take skate trips and film those with the crew, do some interviews with cool people, and sometimes you'll see me go live playing video games. I just started doing that. I'm awful at it. Please do not feel obligated to watch me struggle at a video game. But I also go live at the dog park with my dog. It takes you to another website. That is super weird. It should just be the Life Skateboard website right here. But if you Google Life Skateboard, it's gonna come up. It's gonna show us a New Palestine. Thank you, Alexander. That is the third version of my shape, and I'm super stoked on it. I took my old fishtail, put a popsicle to it. Oh, dude, I'm awful at it. People were trying to tell me to play video games, and I was like, I don't know, man. I'll try. And I've been streaming them, and some people are watching, some people aren't. I'm much better with the skateboard. But I downloaded some goofy games so I could entertain people. I got Goat Simulator, guys. Tune in later for some Goat Simulator. really excited to stream tonight. What you got going on here? We got boards. This guy's gonna be ready for graphics next. We shaped all of these earlier. We shaped these 2 long boards and we shaped this 10-inch football. But we're gonna go through these last 3 here, and then it looks like I'm gonna probably run out of time to press tonight, which means I will be back in early tomorrow to press boards. There you go. Nightbot's telling you the website. I didn't play video games for a really long time, and then I was helping some friends clean out a house so they could sell it. There was an Xbox One in there that would let me keep, so I might as well try, right? It's fun. Where did I put my respirator? Respirator? I hardly know her. If you're on YouTube for good jokes, you're in the wrong spot. If you're on YouTube for cheesy jokes that who knows what's gonna happen, here you are. You're in England. It's all right, dude, you're in England. Do you know Big A Skateboards? You should check them out. They have a really cool press. The teeth press is my favorite thing that they have. Thank you, broski. I actually just downloaded some of the newer Call of Duties and saw how bad the reviews are for them, so I'm going to test those things out. Thank you. This is the second shop we've had. It was originally in Muncie. As you can see, this floor is super smooth. The floor in Muncie was just like a bunch of craters everywhere. It was really hard to work on. Yeah, you found it. Awesome. Thank you, dude. Also, just a real quick refresher, if you're curious about what all these are on the walls, these are templates, not boards. So this is how the shape is cut out. Hey, congratulations, Marty. Yeah, check them out, dude. They're rad. I will say it bummed me out when they started doing heat transfers, but a company in the UK pressing their own boards is really cool. We didn't think of it, we already did it. This is the template for the coffin. Actually, Gray Jedi that was on here earlier is one of our customers that ordered one of the coffins. It's pretty cool. No way. Well, then you need to get yourself a Casper 3.0 because my graphic says Casper on it. That's pretty cool. It definitely was meant to be. Wait, do I have Casper Booker in my goddamn live right now? There's no way. I don't think I do. But if I do, that would be pretty freaking awesome. Yeah, the coffin is rad. Where did I learn my shop skills? From the owner of the company, Sam Koch. I need to know. There we go. Hey, we can always be local heroes. I thought for a second, I was like, no way, another Casper? But I'll have to check you out, man. How can I do that? You got any socials or anything? Put it in the chat and I will screenshot it. No, it's okay. My hopes are still there. I just thought it would be pretty cool, but another skater named Casper? That's rad to me. I'm gonna have to, man. I'm big on collecting magazines, so. I know that just froze, but that was for my own needs right there. I wanted to look that up later on. Wow, hey, thanks, dude. I really appreciate that. Do I ever catch my hand doing that? Sometimes, not really though. It's not, this isn't gonna take anything off of me. If it touches it, just a little bit of skin. This would take a finger off. This would take a finger off. And this thing has, this has actually almost killed me before. And I'll show you one more dangerous piece of equipment here. I'm scaring you? It's okay. That's awesome. This has a lot of stuff on it, but this table saw has claimed a finger and a half. Not mine, but no, I just take my laces out of my hoodie so that I don't get pulled into things. Lowering you guys down. The mic disconnected. Give me one moment here. Yep. The boss man has 18 and a quarter and half fingers. No, it's very serious. But he actually, right when he did that, he turned it into a graphic. It's got his hands clasped in prayer like that. It's really cool. Oh, I mean, so my signature shape is the Casper board. That would be this one here. But if you're putting it on your wall, the cheapest route to do that is just go for a straight popsicle and pick my graphic on there and put in the notes. Casper said he'd do this for Casper, okay? That's it. And I will know that it came from you, okay? So the decks are never electric, it's a motor that you attach to it. And we have actually turned one of our long pan heads into a board that somebody could put a motor on at the bottom. We made a datum in the bottom of the board and they attached a boosted motor to it. It was the long pan head. But well, thank you, Crazy. I guess you should go for the Casper 3.0. It's my favorite shape. It's the one that I designed. And then just select my graphic. And like I said, Casper said he'd do it for me, and I'll do your graphic the majority of the time. Sam does it. I'll even try to get that on film for you too. Hey, have a great night, Griffin. Glad you tuned in. Really cool to have another board maker pop in here like that. But yeah, Big Nasty. It seems the long pan head has a 17.5 inch wheelbase, so you're gonna have enough room for your motor in there. Well, Zach, if you want one to last an unreasonable amount of time, and I mean unreasonable, you can have us do like an 8-ply board. If you really want us to, we'll do it with a 9. We can make you a tank that's gonna last forever. You can't make an electric skateboard, sorry, but I can make you a deck that you can put a motor on. These boards are just for skateboards. These are for Life Skateboards. If you want to check that out, you go to lifeskateboard.com. Really quickly, I'm going to hold this up here. There you go. I wrote it backwards just for you guys. Now you can see it. lifeskateboard.com. And don't forget to subscribe, double tap the screen so YouTube knows you like it. You see more people enjoying skateboarding. I'll warn you, I talk about sobriety. I have a lot of strong opinions about the industry, but, you know, we're here. If you guys want to watch board making and hang out, you're in the right spot. Quickly as well, while I got you guys here, I work with a channel that's called the Fireball Farm. That's our buddy Jim Sakeley over in Columbia Station, Ohio. Go subscribe to his channel, get used to him being there. Boost that guy up to 1,000 subscribers for me. Tell your friends to go subscribe to him. He has so much cool stuff out there, and he needs to be able to go live. I'm going to be traveling out there in the next few weeks, and I'm going to sit down with him and try to help him out with his lives and his channel. But there it is. Yep, the graphic should be just called Casper Jones. And when I do your graphic, I'm going to put a little bit extra on there. We've got a graphic with my dog on it that I like to make her peek out of the corner of the board. I'm one of them, but yeah. Wait, we met yesterday. Hey, what's up, dude? I'm not playing a video game right now. What's up, man? I'm actually doing my work. I was able to get out of my house this morning. It was awesome. My dog is the best. And plus, all right, you guys ready for a heartwarming story? So I volunteered at a local skate park that I cleaned, maintained, and I worked with the city to get it repainted. We're talking about expansion now, fingers crossed. But I got there real early one morning, and there was a dog dumped with her crate, rancid food, water she couldn't get to, right there at the skate park. Chopped in my car. I had no way to be able to take care of her in the house I was living in, and I fell in love with her. We couldn't get rid of her. I couldn't stand to have her away from me. So Sam commissioned a graphic for it. It boosted a lot of sales and got me a lot of extra work so I could afford to move. And now Lori is our little dog. I say little, she's a shepherd mixed with something real stocky. But the graphic that we did for her is her sitting in front of the 8-stair at the park that we found her at. She's an energetic little thing. We love her. And you can check me playing with her on the lives recently. But yeah, but that graphic really makes me happy. So. You can't listen to it. I'm so sorry. Skate rat forever. You know what's cool? When you get a board from us, you can get a skate rat on your board. We've got two rat graphics. The collage option is using multiple of the graphics to make your graphic unique, but I'm already planning on doing that for you. I got you. When I do a collage, so you can select a collage and then Sam's gonna put a bunch of different graphics on there. But when I do a collage, you put Casper collage in the notes. I do double prints with a rolled background, patterns, and other graphics mixed in. If you look at my personal boards, those are examples of what I would be doing. I'm definitely keeping that doggo. She's mine forever. Lori, named after Lawrence Skate Park, where we found her. I had a big, huge help from the community taking care of her. We were not doing well financially when we took her in. I made a little like Amazon wish list, and people were buying her toys, treats, grooming kits, all kinds of stuff. A Carhartt bed. Like, people were pampering this dog. Lawrence Skate Park, that's correct. If you want to Google that, you can see all the projects we did there. Look up Casper, or just look up Lawrence Skate Park. In Lawrence, Indiana. Oh, no way. You live in Decatur? Well, you're not too far from us, bud. You should come up to the Life Bowl. We're having a session on January 31st in Muncie. That's this Saturday. You're down in Bama? Well, at least you're warm. Lucky. If I dropped out of Purdue, can I say boiler up? Does that count? I said that like it was my choice or something. When I got kicked out of Purdue, does that count? Oh, I'm sorry. Whoa. Well, I'm glad you're picking her up, man. Hope you guys have a good weekend. It's not warm down there? I just assumed. I'm sorry. I made an ass out of myself. But not you, just me. Myrtle Beach, I've actually been there. Not in my adult life, but I've been there. Really cool little town. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. It is colder, but we should be used to it. I have been here my whole life. I just am finding that I am becoming less and less okay with the age. It is very cold. Plus I've got metal in my ankle now, and it hurts when it gets cold.
This is Life Skateboard, and you can get them at lifeskateboard.com. Life Skateboard. I'm learning that, man. I'm learning that as I go. I need to mess with the tension on this belt after I'm done. I think I'm gonna let the boss man know. Yeah, this guy's on its last legs. But hey, thank you, man. I really appreciate you. Burn scars ache with the cold. I didn't know that happened. I had no clue that happened. I gotta ask my dad that. My dad's got burn scars up his arms. I wonder if they bother him. Thank you so much, dude. That means the world to me. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna knock this chunk of glue off right here because it will interfere with the router. So I'm gonna use a higher grit on the orbital here. 60 just to knock it off. That's what, it doesn't seem like I have arthritis. It's just, I've got a pin plate and screw in my ankle that I can feel when it gets cold. See, I just knocked the excess glue off right there that would have interfered with the router. Oh, you got it in your hands, man. Whew. There's a family that I've been doing side work for where one of the wife is getting radiation therapy for her arthritis. It's a new type of therapy for it. I'm hoping it works out for them, because then it would help a lot of people. Clip it right there. If you guys are wondering, I am turning each of these steps here into a clip to make shorts. Thank you, Daz. I appreciate you. I have been streaming for a while, Leo. Oh yeah, dude, Ashton. Lawton. Love Lawton, man. Fort Wayne, so my old board sponsor is in Fort Wayne. That would be Dead End Skateboards. Dan Butler has stories about hanging out at Lawton while they were building it. I'd love to actually interview Dan about the early days of Lawton Skate Park. Lawton is amazing. Lawrence does not have the vert that Lawton has. It's very small. Right now we're trying to get the city to care about it again. It seems like they did. We were the ones that spearheaded the full paint project at Lawrence Skate Park. That was me and my buddy Shell and our friend Paul Nanny, who's a BMXer, spearheaded a project to get it painted. Rob Bentley gathered all the artists for it. It was pretty much involved every major crew in the Midwest, which was awesome. And now we have a beautiful skate park, and the city's talking about expansion. But man, the Lawton Park, that thing is so cool. I love that place. You want Westport to get a skate park? So I am a part of a nonprofit called Skate Park Respect. We volunteer to kind of alleviate some of the maintenance expenses that the city puts on the park, so then they can put that money back into just the park itself. What you can do is you can gather your park builders. That would be like Payne, Hunger, Always Hard Concrete, Evergreen. There's a lot of really good park builders. Use examples of parks that have fixed things, like Burnside. Where Burnside used to be where everybody just hung out and did drugs. Now it's a booming DIY skate park. FDR, same exact thing. It used to be where people partied, did drugs, and people overdosed all the time underneath that bridge. Now it's a skate park. So when you show a city like, hey, this not only, I know you guys might have a bad stigma about skateboarding, but skateboarding literally saved these spots. Skateboarding, especially a public access space with 24-hour access, really good lights, and a place that the skateboarders actually care about because they had some input in it. It creates a sense of community that another group besides the city is taking care of that space. It creates and offers an activity besides getting high and doing drugs. As much as that's associated with the culture, it is a place where you can go exert yourself, have fun, meet good people in the community, and then eventually those spots can turn into places for events. So the way you can tell your city that you need a park is all that stuff, and then say, well, I want the city to be a destination for skateboarding. They really like that. Just go to your local park board meetings. Those are always public. You can find your park board members usually on your city's page, just your city's government page. And remember, when you're working with local government, you are not working with the big guys. You're working with the people that are actively taking care of the parks. So if you have any reservations about government in general, which, like I did, understand that you're walking into somebody that lives in your community and actually is a part of your community. Yeah, the mayor and people sometimes are the final people that say that get the say-so, but your park board president, your park board director especially, your park board director is generally out there every day actually working on the parks. So remember, when you're working with local government to get your park built, walk into it without any of the qualms you have with any other part of government. Just walk into it like you're talking to your buddies about getting a space for your buddies to play. Thank you, Leo. I appreciate the updates on how long I've been on here. So at the top of my screen, it tells me, 1.5 hours so far. I did a 2-hour stream earlier. I'll probably stream again later. If I'm working, I'm streaming. And Casper, other Casper, I'm gonna be sending the boss man a text after we're done here to make sure that all that information gets passed over to him. My thoughts on fingerboarding, it's cool. It is what it is. I think it's a cool little process where you're able to use exotic woods in places that we can't. Me personally, I suck at it. I can do the little pressure tray flips, but once you start getting into technical stuff, this pinky gets in the way. If you can't tell, I'm missing that knuckle. It's back inside of my hand, so. You're wondering how that knuckle went gone. I did not always live the wholesome life that I share with you guys today. Yep, so Merc, you know exactly what it's from. It took years for that to stop twitching. I never really blame the park builder for what they do because it's usually based on public surveys, and unfortunately, and this is my opinion, people can get mad at me if they want, public surveys suck. The average skateboarder doesn't know what they're talking about, and I hate to be the guy that says that, but you don't know how many people ask me about skating vert when they mean transition. You don't know how many people don't know the difference between just a normal little mini ramp and vert. And unfortunately, those are the guys that are answering the questions on the surveys sometimes. And if you're not the person that's uneducated answering questions, this isn't for you, about you. But like that's for like Hunger Skate Parks. Hunger Skate Parks builds amazing parks. I've skated their private bowl out in the middle of the woods at Homewoods. It's amazing. It's steep, it's big, it's gnarly, it's quick. But when they build a public park, they're asked to do other stuff. So like in Newcastle, they were asked about vert. So they do have a vert pocket, but not a lot of people knew what they were asking for. I love it. It's awesome. But yeah, I don't blame the park builder. I blame the people making the decision. You know what I mean? It is. The Homewoods is awesome. Homewoods is so fun. Ooh, $4 million park with a snake run. Now those can be cool. If you check out Sunset Skate Park in Evansville, it's the biggest skate park in Indiana that Hunger built. They put a snake run and ski jump around the back corner of it. It's so good. So good. Like a pump track? Yeah, pretty much. A snake run can either be a pump track or like a ditch track through a park. A park with a really good example of that would be Voorhees Park in Terre Haute. They've had the park for a long time, and then they added a snake run around the park that ties into the top of the bowls, and you can use it for like races and stuff like that for events. It's really cool, especially when they plan it out so that you can grind the edge of it. It's awesome. This guy? Let's see. What is it? I think this is the 1990, actually, so. Where did I take my profile picture? Where did I take my profile? I'm gonna be really honest. I don't remember. What's my profile picture? I feel bad. I don't remember. My Instagram profile picture is overlays. I know that. But I was just asked about wheel wells. So while you're clarifying what you mean, I'll show you guys how the wheel wells are done. So this right here, I just pulled it way past where I needed to. This is the horse where wheel wells are done. This is the jig that Sam made for it. Just a base plate, bushing, and this guy. You take your board, mount it on here through the truck holes. Put this back on there, and then oops, I just took the wrong attachment off the wrong drill. Hold on. And then you're going to take this guy here. I'm not even going to attach it. Obviously, you can tell this attaches to a drill. So push this through here, turn on the drill, and then you dip it. Sam is the one that does all of these. I do them on my own boards because I'm still learning the position for it. But Sam has it down to a T for the depth, width, and everything you need to do. Using this method gets it as close as possible to where the majority of trucks are going to touch. I genuinely have no clue what my profile picture is. Wait, no, hold on. Wait a minute. It's me doing like a really tucked front side air, right? That was at Newcastle Skate Park. Now that I think about it. Thank you for making me rack my memory there. I appreciate you guys. If I don't use this brain, maybe it'll go away. It is a muscle. It makes some difference. Obviously, you can't get it perfect unless you know what the customer's trucks are going to be, because every truck has a different turn radius, height, all kinds of stuff. See, look at that. You guys made me scratch the back of my brain and remember stuff. I've hit this head a lot, and I've done a lot of things that put holes in your brain, so I'm surprised. I have a horrible memory. It was pretty hard to remember that. I need to change my cover photo too. I did try YouTube a really long time ago with this channel, and I've had the same cover photo since the beginning. So while it looks like we might not get to pressing today, I can at least get some stuff ready for pressing, explain it after I'm done. I've got one more board to shape after this guy, and then I do have to be out the door here at 7 o'clock. But yeah, I mean, I'm a guy that says loose trucks save lives. I actually don't ride my bottom washers, so I love my trucks loose. If I don't have wheel wells, I just wax my wheel bite spots. But when I have wheel wells, I just wax the absolute shit out of those things, and it's like I never get wheel bite. Your phone almost died. Don't let that happen. Mine's getting close. Same. I learned to power through wheel bite when I realized I loved loose trucks. 45, I don't think I ever measured the speed. When I did downhill longboarding, I was in the Purdue Longboarding Club with Caitlin Young, and she was helping us learn slides and slide clinics and stuff like that. We went to Tower Drive, and we're bombing that hill every day. It was pretty fun. like 12 p.m. Wait, that's what? That's 6 hours away from me. You're still up watching me, dude? That's so rad. How do I bomb with loose trucks? I mean, stay low. My trucks get tightened for vert. If I'm skating a vert ramp, we got a kid on our team, Gavin Svetlik, that is absolutely insane on a vert ramp. But if I go to his ramp and I skate, I hand him my board and let him crank down my trucks as hard as he can. Because you're supposed to have tight trucks for vert. But yeah, if you're bombing a hill with loose trucks, just stay low, get your speed tuck stance. You know, it's not too bad. I'm bad at it, I promise. You can buy one of these boards at lifeskateboard.com. Thank you for asking. I haven't held this up in a minute. Screenshot that if you don't know the website, guys. Pretty much, yeah. It's rolling dice. I don't know. There's a point in skateboarding where when you add uncertainty to it, that's the fun. That's what I like. Light trucks and big gaps for vert bowls. I use the same setup for everything. I just tighten that thing down. For vert bowls, though, it's a little bit different. Like I skate the Green Monster out in Cleveland. Thank you, Gabby, for letting us out there. Don't tighten them down as much for that because I'm actually carving. I am not the best at vert. I'm talking about like a 12-inch, like a 12-foot ramp. When it comes to mini ramps and transition, put me there all day. I don't got to think about it. I barely fingerboard and I'm not good at it, my friend. Boards are $75 for popsicles and then shapes go up from there. If we get to talk about it, then it wasn't stupid, right? We got all kinds for you. Yeah, we've got over 100 shapes, including popsicles for those that like it, but we've got tons of old school shapes just for you. Just for you. I didn't mean to say it like that, but you know what? Just for you, bud. Where's the guy that said I've been on stream for a long time? Because I have. Where are you from? I am from Indianapolis. The shop is in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. Born and raised in Indy, lived every side but north side. If you're from here, you understand that. Forever. All right. A little bit more love on this rail right here. Guess where you're from? You said another country, 6 hours away. Said it's already midnight. I'm gonna say somewhere in Europe. Ah, dang it, you guessed. Dang it. I wanted to say Italy. Thank you. Yeah, you should check out the Bottle Cave. That's a modified version of the caveman. In fact, hold on a second. No, this is the 1986 that we're going to do next. From Wisconsin. We got all the boards. From Indiana, well, you're in the right place. We're in Indy here, so welcome to the stream, fellow Hoosier. So somebody said, Mike said, what's the benefits of a different shaped board? You only use popsicles. So popsicles are the easiest board to make. Let me see if I can make a comparison here between the most mellow shape that we have and a popsicle. Here we go. So think about it like this. This is from the guy making them. Popsicles are the easiest board to shape. They're super easy to get around quickly. Here's your difference. So right here is where it's going to touch when you pop. Just this little tiny bit right here. So when you think about that, from the top, there's your triangle to hit that pocket accurately right there. Okay? So when you're closer here, it's going to put pressure towards that edge right there. When you're talking about a shaped board that has a square tail, think about it like this. Now all that's going to touch. So now you've got this direction to get that accurate pressure to pop significantly across that surface area. It's just something that you get used to. I'm sure I explained that super poorly. I have been talking for the last like 4.5 hours, I think. But it's just different. The benefits are just that it's different. There's some tricks that you can do on some funkier shaped boards, like the egg roll. You can literally roll it all the way over on its edge. For me personally, the benefits to my shape is the only thing that I can really explain to you, and this is just a template here. So for this is my shape that I designed. It has a popsicle-esque tail with a little bit of a curve right here. I hang my heel off whenever I want to do a combo from, like, if I'm doing like front side, like if I do a front disaster and I want to pop it to front Smith, I'm going to hang my heel off right here and push it across that way. I really like these curves because it feels really nice in your hand. And when you do a front foot impossible sweeper, your toes are right here to let that board wrap around your foot. These knuckles on the nose offer a variety of angles to be able to pop off of. We talked about surface area for the other one. This one has 3 different angles to pop that off of. And then I also added this really slight angle right here, and that's specifically because when you're doing a crooked grind, that is dead forward. I designed this shape to be the best for my skating, and this is the third version of my shape. But that's the best explanation I can give for a shape here, as far as the funkier ones, because I actually designed that one. Awesome, thank you, Mike. You're from Morocco. No way. Thank you for watching from here. Hey, rad. Hey, there you are. Thank you, Leo. I needed you a minute ago. I've been stumbling over my words and wondering why, and it's because I've been on here for so long. We only got one board left. I've got about 40 minutes before I gotta get out of here. Thank you. You can get one at lifeskateboard.com whenever you want to. We'll be here forever. Some are definitely harder to ride. I will say, like the Coffin, even though it has really good concave, is a little bit harder to ride. But then there's some boards on the market that aren't hard to ride because of the shape. They're hard to ride because of the concave. So like man, I'm going to be talking shit on some really specific stuff. Maybe I'll be vague about it. So there's some really, really wide boards on the market right now. They're very popular. They go from like 13 to 14 inches wide. But when you look at the concave, it looks like a popsicle was set down in the middle of that thing, and then they just skimboarded it all the way out. Let me grab one of our 15-inch molds, or one of our 15-inch uncuts, just to kind of show you what we did with our wider boards. So to make them more functional, we got a wheel flare that goes all the way to the edge. We've got really, really deep concave. Yes, this thing is gigantic. This is for those giant boards. But I've noticed that like people are like, oh man, those other companies' big boards are really hard to skate. And I just kick one of our boards at them and they're trying flip tricks and stuff on them because they have proper concave to them. There went me complaining. I'll cut it out. Sorry. Long distance pushing is pretty cool. I agree, Mike. I started playing it. It wasn't very fun. It pushed me to play session. And now, if you guys want, remember, I'm gonna go live streaming video games probably later on, so I'm awful at them. If all else fails, I do have Goat Simulator on my Xbox. So if all else fails, we can all watch me ragdoll a goat all day. Don't complain about the conkeves. I am still learning. Yeah, I'm bad at it though. I am bad at it. I stream through Lightstream, so it goes to Twitch and YouTube, but I only pay attention to YouTube. Hi there, Clyde Frog. Have you ever played Goat Simulator? It's pretty fun. It sounds dumb, and it is. I would assume somebody that stole their username from a show would be familiar with such a popular game. I agree, Jesse. You just keep on saying it, guys. You guys got that right. Alright, there we go. For some reason, it's probably because I set the damn tripod up in the snow the other day that I'm having such a hard time with the tripod today. That into a short there. I've been trying to get the website in these shorts so that I don't have to include it in the description. What we got here? Oh yeah, that's a finger-eating machine, but this one has not eaten fingers. The table saw out there has eaten fingers. It has. Fingerboards are cool. I'm going to be real honest, I understand sessions so much more, and even though I'm not good at it yet, it is more fun. I am enjoying myself with it. To piss people off with this short. off of here. All right, and since this is the last time we'll be using this tool today, let's clear it off. We're gonna clean this off for this last right here. There it is. All right, let's hit this on the Mac wheel, and then I will catch up with all these chats in the when I'm on the orbital here. All right, there's that. Let's get you guys lowered down a bit. Agreed on the music, and I had to turn it off for that. Session has an option for streaming where it'll only play royalty-free music, which I think is really cool. What's up, Saul? I will say though, while I was playing Session, it did bum me out to immediately run into Dane Berman on the tutorial. That didn't make me very happy. I know they didn't know at the time, probably. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. But that was a bummer. That wasn't exciting to be the first pro board to be available on there. Agreed there. People really like that Skate 3 soundtrack. Do we have any? Oh yeah, tons of them, bud. We do Lino block printing for all of our graphics. We've got tons of graphics on there. I actually just turned on the breakable board setting because I think that's going to be fun. But yeah, we do, here, let me show you, bud. You know what? I got time. Here's a board with graphics right here that I was using for an example earlier. Nah, we're cool. We don't need any art submission. So if you don't understand how our art is done here at Life Skateboards, hold on a second. To you a little bit here. So all of these are boards with graphics on them. The way those graphics get done is we have a local artist commissioned to carve a hand-carved lino block. So all of these are pretty much stamps that are carved out by hand. Nope, not burn in at all. All right, let me finish, all right? So anyway, the reason that we do this is because heat damages the bond between wood and glue. So that heat transfer is what the majority of the industry uses. So we have hand-carved lino blocks that we roll speedball ink onto, stamp it on there. We can do patterns, we can do multiple fades, and all kinds of stuff. But we commission our own graphics. We're pretty picky about it. The boss man is a little picky about it. But we've got tons of different graphics. I'll show you guys a few of those as we go along here. Alexander, we'll talk about Dane in a moment here. But don't support him. That's all I gotta say. Let's see. We got this guy, which I liked so much I got it put on my hand. The Knight here is a real popular one. This is actually one of the writers for the team's boards. We've got the Barney Fife Life. This is Sam's old truck. This is that's Sam's old truck there. This is a generic Life logo. This is the hand of Adam. And remember, these can all be in whatever color you want. This is a personal old board of mine that I did a little stripe pattern on. This is the hands clasped in prayer graphic. I am not the boss, not at all. I'm an hourly employee. The only one. This is a Josh Garrels collab that we did. This is the Dewey. We've got the bruised heel graphic right there, and the Life knife over in the corner. And there's some other ones as well, including the Lori graphic, which I do have a cool example of that one that I cut out. The Handom Atom is really cool, and it's spelled ATOM on the website because it's got little like microchip-esque piece of artwork on it. I'm gonna grab this one for you. This is the Lori graphic that I was talking about earlier. I printed it out on a blend board and cut it out and sanded it down. But there's my dog as a Life graphic with the 8 stair behind it, the Euro gap right there, the down rail. This is so accurate to my local park to a T. I mean, it's like the dead tree in the background is there all the time. Where am I at? New Palestine, Indiana. Of course, Saul, I got you. It's a different process than most people do, and the whole point of it is to not use heat for the board. Now, screen printing doesn't apply heat either, so good on that. Heat transfers suck. Heat transfers suck. Welcome back, Board Corner. Thank you for that, Zach. I missed that. So not only do they look super crisp, not only do they look super crisp, but they feel really cool because the ink is super thick, so you can run your hand along the board and actually feel the ink. What makes heat transfer suck? Because the thing that weakens the bond between wood and glue is heat. So it doesn't really matter to us how easy it is to mass produce or produce in general photorealistic images with the heat transfer. It just doesn't set well with us when we're sending a product to a customer, when the customer knows they're going to be beating that product up. If any step in the process weakened that board, that doesn't sit well with us. So it doesn't matter that the whole industry uses heat transfers. Still don't think it's good for the skateboard. Oh, I'm so sorry, with Dane. If you want to look that up, you are more than welcome to. You can check out Robert Brink's blog about it. It's a very sad situation that's going on right now. Unfortunately, I mean, we all know, I'm sure, that Chris Cole did some horrible things and got away with it for a long time. And unfortunately, some people at Zero were sitting by while that happened. Well, it's come out that Dane Berman was messaging a minor, and it's really been really weird to watch. It's been really weird to watch the owner of the company kind of just sidestep it until he couldn't anymore. Dane quit skateboarding. Good. Stay away from it. You do not need to be in any position of power in skateboarding if you're taking advantage of it to take advantage of anyone, especially children. Yeah, it's been bad. There's more coming out, unfortunately. But like I said, go to Robert Brink's blog about it. He was interviewing Christine at the start of all this that kind of snowballed into all of this. No way, King Panda. What is it? Show me. I have not, but I'll look it up. It is very disgusting. And unfortunately, though, this isn't the first time. This type of behavior has been covered up in skateboarding and made acceptable, swept under the rug over and over again. The people coming out about it have always been attacked, pushed out of the industry. But something has been happening lately and I think maybe it's the boom in all these new skateboarders. Something has been happening where accountability matters. It's not, I don't know, I don't want to say it's cancel culture because it's not. It's the consequences of people's actions. But that didn't used to be a thing. I mean, it seems like lately victims are being believed a lot more. Victim stories are being echoed a lot more, and people want something to happen when a victim comes out. So I think that's pretty rad. Oh, that's super. Weird, buddy. That's a strange username to be saying that stuff with as well. 7 plies. Whatever happened to Lou? Lou still rides for us. We have his presses. In fact, yeah, that's actually... That's actually somebody that spoke out about stuff like this for a very long time. Here's the aggro that Lou Ross designed. We love Lou. I just had a good conversation with him the other day. He's still in Cincy, man. Still doing his thing. You got kidnapped once, that sucks. Channel name? Yeah. Wait, King Panda is your Instagram's name? I'll have to check that out afterwards for sure. The aggros are super fun. But those were designed by Lou Ross. And in a minute here, after I'm done shaping this board, I'll show you guys his presses in the other room. Lou still rides for us. We still talk to Lou. Lou talked about some things like that. So there we are. Yeah. Bye, troll. Thank you for your time, and thank you for letting me know you shouldn't be on this channel. Yeah, so you can talk to Lou about that. I don't want to tell someone else's story when they have so much to say, because I'm not going to do it justice. But I hope that the changes that are happening in the skateboarding community now make that man so happy. Matt, that was rage bait. Don't pick it up. Remember, guys, I don't talk about politics on here and things like that a lot, or general things that I really do care about, because I know that there's people on here that are not actually believing the things that they're saying, and all they want to do is get people riled up and argue with each other, and this isn't the place for it, because I don't know what's real and what's not when we're talking in the chat here. So just don't fall for it. When people do that, I kind of try to bring them back to normal. It doesn't seem to work sometimes, so I'll just go ahead and move them out of the way. From Germany, rad. Birds aren't real. Now that is a political statement that I will 100% discuss with you guys, all right? Birds aren't real. They are all CIA drones. Every time you see a bird, they're watching you, okay? Every single time they are watching you. Who's they? We don't know. You'll never know. I understand, Nat. It's hard. I had to myself just kind of like stop responding to stuff on the internet. I just kind of put my beliefs out there. I say what I need to, and some people don't deserve the time to argue with them. Birds are all drones. See, this is one we can all get along to right here. See, we can all talk. Here we are talking about politics, and we all agree that we don't know who they are, but they are the ones that made all the birds drones. See? We're there. The birds are watching. I'm scared, dude. Dude, sometimes birds get into this building. You think they're trying to learn how we make skateboards? That's scary, man. Look what you guys started in my head. I swear, man, every time you see a bird at the skate park, it's some fed that's like, man, I really, really wish I could do that, but I'm stuck in this building watching these guys through a bird. This is the best I can do. Thank you. Yeah, that's actually, the wood grain on these boards is what attracted me to the company well before I actually worked here. You know it, guys. It's real, okay? They want to, yeah. The birds are out here like, hey, I'm gonna take it. Little did they know, Panda, they could have just talked to us and we would have encouraged them to start something like you're doing. It seems we've got an expert in the chat here. Duff Chaser, all right. Can you elaborate for us on that? Because you're talking about different categories here, and now I'm scared. How long does it take us to make a skateboard from start to finish? I'll take a break from this craziness to say real things. So 24 hours in the press, 7 days cure time. It takes about 20-30 minutes to shape it. And then it goes to graphic application at the printing and shipping studio right up the driveway. That's just laying the graphic on there, waiting for it to dry. Any other layers, waiting for that to dry. Clear coat, dry, clear coat, dry, clear coat, dry, and then to you. We do a max of 2 to 3 week turnaround because of that wait time over there with the pressing, and we usually beat that. But if you need something right away, on the website we did just drop something that where there's ready to ship boards. So if you want to buy those are first come, first serve. There's only one of each one. So check that out on lifeskateboard.com. I got to use a fax machine pretty soon here. Don't you worry. I have to relearn how to do all that. Can I ship to India? I will say that we can ship all over the world, but international shipping sucks right now. I hate that for everybody, but it is a flat rate. Order with some friends, you offset the price. No, Mexican maple is not good at all. Do we need to go over why? It's all right, buddy. No, I'm sorry, you can't. Sorry, Toasty. That's sweet of you to ask first, though. This guy is the... Hold on, let me double check this. 1986. It's okay, man. It's okay. I understand. I appreciate the interest and I appreciate you asking, and that's all that matters. How many boards do you work on at a time? One at a time. We move along here. All right. Okay, here we go. So why is Mexican maple bad? So what you're asking about is a region for wood to be grown. So maple is specifically chosen because it's a very strong yet malleable wood. The reason you want Great Lakes or Canadian maple is because in that region, you have very cold winters and long winters. And you want slow growth and long winters to create a wood with tighter grains and a less porous wood. So it has nothing to do with the quality of work or anything where it's at. It's literally the geographical location of the growth for maple. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Hey, thank you. Appreciate you, bud. Hi there, Rocker. Honest to God, why do you give a fuck? Anyway. Our bamboo deck's good. I don't like them, but it's a preference. We don't make them here. Well, I mean, it can be, but I'm sure there's some stuff that's better to be grown there as well. It's just the region that you need to go to. We're not talking about that at all. So we don't do heat transfers because heat weakens the bond between wood and glue. So it doesn't matter how easy that is to transfer that graphic. We're not going to do it because we're not going to damage your skateboard. Appreciate you, Chaser. We're here for skateboards, and I've got very strong opinions about stuff, so I try to keep it off of that. You know what I mean? Thanks, Imp. I don't know who said that, but thanks. Have the tariffs affected it? A little bit. I mean, there's not much we can do about it and not much we can say about it. So, I mean, our supplier hasn't been that affected yet, but it seems they will be. So, it is what it is. That's just reality. I'm not sharing my opinions on it. I'm just giving you the reality. I do hear a lot of like, you know, you can get the maple from here, and that's just a misconception because of the geographical location. Skate and destroy, there we go. Thank you, Benny. Thank you. Superfly Speedball. I rode for this company for bearings. I love them to death. Unfortunately, the owner, Quentin Bradford, did pass away. May he rest in peace. I got this for him. That was one of his favorite graphics that he had for there. It was done by Lurkenstein. But I always love wearing this. I ride my Superfly Speedballs because I want to keep him riding with me. Do we paint them? We apply all of our graphics with hand-carved lino blocks. Of course, Steve. What's the weather been? We got 16 inches of snow. I've been trapped in my apartment for 3 days, and this is the first day I could come back to work. Thank you. I'm very grateful to Quentin for what he did for me. He got me my first magazine ad, and I'm very grateful to him for everything and every opportunity he did. He put me in Confusion magazine, which was, that meant a lot to me. And I love Quentin for it, and I'll love him forever. But all right, guys, I'm done shaping here today. I wanted to get the pressing room ready, but we are coming up on time for me to get out of here. What's my favorite skate video? Cheese and crackers. Cheese and crackers. Hi there, Rocker. I've been in a steady relationship for a decade, so if you want to imply some really strange things about me, and we just also talked about a pedophile that was exposed, so if you're coming after me for really strange things, I'd advise you to go somewhere else. If you know me personally. Anyway, what was the trick that was in the magazine? Just a really, really tailboned front side air at Major Taylor's. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Jason. Some people like my clapback. Some people think they're annoying. It is what it is. Some people get enjoyment about me clapping back at them, apparently. If that's the only interaction you get, I'm sorry. But I hope that maybe you end up with a positive relationship with someone close to you that makes you feel loved and makes you not lash out at other people. But I'm going to go ahead and end the live here today, guys. I got to clean up a little bit and get out of here. Thank you, man. I'm used to people talking shit. I've been on the internet for a while. Have a great evening. Don't forget, get a life. Go to lifeskateboard.com. And maybe I'll stream video games later. We'll see. I did just get my webcam in, so maybe we'll have the camera on and we'll see what goes on. Thank you guys for being a part of this. I'm going to have a little phone call with the boss man to make sure that that Casper signature gets done properly for you. Have a great night. And get a life. I'll yell.